If you care about freedom, you found the right place because few will tell you what actually needs to get done for it to manifest. The truth is simple and so are the actions, but we've complicated it because we believe freedom requires some medium, some politician, some ritual, as if we require permission or some particular way in order to live free and happily. Yet, we say we are born free, so where does it go wrong? It goes wrong inside our own heads, with nobody else to blame, which is why the world keeps looking elsewhere for continually failed solutions. Without a foundation of roots stretching far and wide, the tree doesn't grow and begins to fall. This is part 2 of introducing the Liberator 2. The first part was on our goals, this part will speak of our intentions. For us to call ourselves abolitionists of political slavery, what however is abolitionism? A dictionary will tell you it is the act of abolishing, or it is the movement to end slavery. William Lloyd Garrison states that it is, quote, the denial of the right to make man the property of man. And from an abolitionist alphabet book from 1846, A is for abolitionist, a man who wants to free the wretched slave and give to all an equal liberty. When we inquire upon the idea of equal liberty, we must ask ourselves if anyone has the moral right to commit an action which we ourselves do not have the moral right to do. Hence, the need to abolish political slavery. The idea that someone has a higher claim over your life and property than you. That someone has special rights that you don't. That you must obey them in their man-made law. For in explaining this goal, it is our intent not to offend anyone, nor ignore chattel slavery, but rather to increase the consciousness in all the world's people as a whole to every form of injustice or wrongdoing. We see it that a responsible people are those who recognize and value self-ownership and voluntary interaction, and therefore our intent is desiring a world as such through education. Not everyone will agree, and that is not the goal. The goal is for more people to understand that by believing in statism or political slavery, their responsibility diminishes, and so with their freedom. It has dawned upon me that we must adapt to the current forms of media and language. However, let it be known that our message will assist in this evolution. For a free world is a world of many solutions, not beholden to merely one. And with authenticity, as with the empowerment of the self, will come great innovation. Therefore, I will meet unwavering ignorance with unwavering truth, unwavering fear and hopelessness with unwavering purpose and passion. As more people come to understand the nature of freedom as opposed to slavery, we hope to see a shared moral obligation in sharing that knowledge with others. Let this project be yours. We are brothers and sisters in the same mission. The more work done, the more progress made. The views expressed in our content are only so radical as it may be expected of the slavery endured for so long. Confusion, fear, ignorance, and many mixed emotions can all be expected in this process of discernment. However, we see it that it is only necessary that some controversy or nonconformity is made in a system of which holds a monopoly on violence, which relies on people with permitted freedoms, limited knowledge, lacking health, and no purpose. We want to invigorate the hearts and minds of all, to see what light exists out of the darkness, and all the knowledge that they could use for their own decision-making. We see that statism is merely the belief in an imagined authority, the idea that an individual should suppress their conscience and instead become an order follower, an individual of mental slavery. Yet, beyond any beliefs or superstitions, we see the light and humanity in everyone. We want all to live non-violently and voluntarily. We welcome everyone. We seek to reason and open the conversation. Nobody is higher or lesser than anyone else. There is no enemy but ourselves. Our greatest intent is to educate and not to incite anything other than such. Note that the message may grow attacked, other messages and assumptions may be thrown in to distract, personalities behind a message may be used for an attack, and titles or trends will also be used against the message to promote more conformity, all for the continual support of slavery. Among our own distractions will be semantics, the lack of unity around this project, and its simple intent of abolitionism for abolishing statism through education. Even the independent media has long been contributing to the problem of slavery, if solely speaking of the news or the symptoms, without relating it back to the moral roots in encouraging individual action. Morality is the basis to our work, as evidently a moral populace that is one based on voluntary interaction and self-ownership is a free populace. We recognize the nature of the news industry as a whole is ugly and based on clicks. However, as a news media ourselves, we seek to only educate the world, doing so as totally free and independent. This is the continuance of humanity's evolution, for which slavery only holds us back by definition. It is what restrains freedom. We have a beautiful future ahead for ourselves past the divisions created by immoral politics. We are all free by nature and slaves by government. This may be among the few lingering sparks of light for freedom, but it will not be the only. As with The Liberator by William Lloyd Garrison, the message of freedom will live on as it must with all of you, now with The Liberator 2. Anyone can contribute and use our materials for activism, please do. If you don't know about The Liberator 2, this is the project that I created to help the world unite and take action for their actual real freedom with real action. And this is a united effort to really bring independent media, mainstream media, everybody in the world, no matter where you're from at any time and place, to really do something. So get involved. Thank you very much for watching. Go to theliberator.us, theliberator.us.